Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just any game to me, it's the best game to ever exist. Which is why I haven't covered it on this channel. I fear the love I have for this game would make me biased, but alas, I will be covering it chapter by chapter separately, starting with
Bring him in here!
Miss Gaskell, get that fire lit, quick. Miss Jones, bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Davy's dead.
There was nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you are gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Mike scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them. And this, just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days. I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground, in their stead, I'd do it, gladly. But we are gonna ride out, and we are gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat?
We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh.
Hey, you need horses?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son. We need you strong.
We start the game off in the snow. The cold, not really a setting you would expect for a game like this, a cowboy game and all, which is what Rockstar was going for. You're supposed to feel uneasy, almost cautious, as the gang tries to find a place to rest in. Now, first I would like to introduce some gang members, not all, just like the most important ones for this first mission. The leader and the father of the Vandalin gang. Dutch is presented to us as a Robin Hood figure. He's a thief, yes, but he uses this money to help other people, or as he likes to put it,
I got a saying, my friend. We shoot fellas as need shooting, save fellas as need saving, and feed 'em as need feeding.
The oldest in the gang, Jose is also the wisest. He spends most of the game trying to keep the gang out of trouble. He's also almost like a moral compass to Dutch. Our protagonist Arthur is one of the most complex characters in gaming, and this introduction cannot do him justice. We are presented Arthur as a muscle of the gang. He is reliable and loyal to a fault. We'll see how Arthur's loyalty will end up being one of his flaws, but for now, let's get back to the game. We ride out with Dutch, and we don't get much information about the Blackwater job, but we'll get more details later, and why it was a disaster. But for now, we know Arthur and Hosea weren't a part of the job.
You up ahead. Who's there? Micah.
Gentlemen.
This is Micah, the newest member of the gang. We sense hostility between him and Arthur from their dialogue, but Micah found a house, and Dutch is hoping the people inside will have resources to help the gang. We arrive at the house, and Arthur and Micah hide. Turns out the people inside the house are the O'Driscoll gang, a rival gang to the Vanderlyn gang. And we find a dead body, so we start shooting. After the firefight, we learn that the house belonged to a married couple. The O'Driscolls killed the husband, and now we search the house to find some useful stuff, and Arthur goes to search the stable.
Bastard shot my cousin! Well, he started it. I'm gonna break your neck!
What's going on?
Now, this guy just jumped me!
Oh, did he now?
Sneaky little bastard. Should I kill him?
No. Not yet. Find out what they're doing here, and where Colm is.
Oh, this son of a bitch will talk.
We learn from the stowaway that the O'Driscolls are up in the mountains to rob a train that will pass by in a couple of days. So we let the O'Driscoll go, and we take the horse.
Micah, what the hell do you think you're doing? Whoa, look what I found in the cellar! Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone!
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Micah. Look at her. Miss, are you...
Oh, you fool! Micah!
Miss, now, it is gonna be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss. Come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now. Oh. You okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband, they...
Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them. It's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss.
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler. Mrs. He was my husband.
What an amazing introduction. This mission not only sets the tone for the rest of the chapter, but is also one of the best opening missions in any game. The feeling of uneasiness and the expectations of version of how a cowboy game would start really sell how desperate the Vanderlyn gang is, which we'll see more of in the next mission.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in 2 days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the 2 best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. Good luck for me.
Thank you.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave. Not like that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Now, to anyone who knows anything about Red Dead, you should know that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to John's story in Red Dead Redemption 1. But here, John is the furthest he can be from the badass family man we see in the other game. We learned that when his wife Abigail got pregnant, he ran away because he was scared of having a baby, and this point we can see really bothers Arthur. We'll learn later because he lost his own family and his own son. But for now, we move on.
You think it's John?
You tell me. These are horse tracks for sure, but could be anyone. Let's just see where they lead.
So, you were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets. Take it slow. Big ravine here. Dutch killed a girl in a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
We learn more details about the Blackwater Massacre from Javier. Apparently Dutch killed a girl, which Arthur regards isn't something Dutch would do. You also get the name drop of the main villains in the game, the Pinkertons Agency, which will follow the bounty on the Vanderlyn gang all over America.
Out on the ledge! That's John! We're coming! Over here! Down here!
All right! Hot down, Marston!
He's down here.
That's quite a scratch you got there.
Never thought I'd say this, but it's good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good, neither. I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
Come on, compadre. Well, we can't go back the way we came. Let's try this way.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Can't argue with you there.
See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
You all right?
I don't think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out.
We find John in the snow, and now we learn where he acquired his iconic scar, but more wolves chase us, which Arthur kills, and then we go back to the camp.
We get some help! I need some help here!
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go.
Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
Come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you.
got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. Suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that... That's civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I love this mission, because when the trailers dropped for this game, we learned we wouldn't be playing as John. I was quite angry. I mean, it's his story. And I love how the game addresses this situation almost immediately, because this isn't yet our John. He's still young, dumb, and almost selfish. Now, before we go to the next mission, I would also like to cover some camp interactions that happened in every chapter. Well, this chapter has only one, which we'll cover right now.
Warm enough.
I guess.
You sound doubtful.
Not doubtful, just worried.
What do you think, Arthur?
Well, I wasn't on that boat, so hard to say. But I trust your judgment, Dutch. Always have.
Thank you, son. We have been shot at before, Hosea. I don't feel that this is honestly anything new.
I hope not.
We had a bit of bad luck, but then the storm covered our tracks, so now we wait a bit, and we go back to Blackwater, and we get our money, or we get some more money, and we keep heading west.
But we're heading east.
For now. For now. We got this. We're safe.
We get to see how Dutch really needs the people around him. He needs Arthur, he needs Hosea, which is the best part about camp interactions. You get to see these little interactions between those characters you love without actually having to have a cutscene dedicated to it. We are going to quickly skip over this hunting mission since there's no actual story in it. We only learned that Arthur has been with the gang for over 20 years and it's more of a tutorial to hunting. But we do get this very funny scene.
When I was in the Navy, I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr. Pearson. We were stranded at sea for 50 days. And you unfortunately survived. When we ran away from Blackwater, I wasn't able to get supplies in. Well, when government agents are hunting you down, sometimes shopping trips need to be cut short. We'll survive. We always have. If needs be, we can eat you. You're the fattest.
Up with you boys because I thought you liked action. Couple of days on the lam, and you lot have all turned yellow. Apart from you, of course.
Shut up, Micah.
I ain't never seen so many long faces. I guess folks miss them. That fell. But when I fall, I don't want no fuss.
When you fall, there'll be a party.
Party. Probably. That funny, huh? Sure. I don't feel like being laughed at by the likes of you two.
Stop it! Now! You fools punching each other when Colm O'Driscoll's needing punching. Hard! You want to sit around waiting for him to come find us? All of you, we got work to do. Come on.
Are you sure about this, Dutch?
Yes.
Folks been through a lot recently. We hardly back on our feet yet.
And the last thing we need is to get bushwhacked by Colm O'Driscoll. Let's go.
I know you hate him, Dutch.
He's here for us.
I doubt that.
No, you're just doubting me.
I would never doubt you, Dutch. You always said revenge is a luxury we can't afford.
This is the right call, Arthur. Take this. And this is about more than revenge for business long ago. They were talking about trains and detonators here. Colm always had good information. Come on.
And you think now is the right time to hit a train?
Now you might fancy living on deer piss and rabbit shit. I'm getting too old for that life. Mr. Matthews, Mr. Smith, Mr. Pearson, would you please look after the place? There are O'Driscolls about. Yeah!
In this mission, Dutch decides it's time to go after the O'Driscolls and steal the score they were going after. On our way to Colm's camp, the leader of the O'Driscolls, we find out that him and Dutch had complicated history.
You good, Dutch?
Of course. Listen, I know you don't think much of my ideas recently, but this is the right move.
Okay. You know I got your back.
I learned a long time ago that you hit Colm O'Driscoll. Wait for him, and people you love will die.
This feud between you and him needs to be put to rest, one way or another.
It will be.
Some things I can forgive, others I can forget. What he did to Hannibal, I can't do neither.
Dutch killed Colm's brother, so Colm retaliated by killing Dutch's lover, and that's why there's bad blood between them. We reach the O'Driscoll's camp, and after a quick shootout and unlocking the Deadeye ability, which is just as iconic as ever, We steal their plans and the explosives, but one of the O'Driscolls runs away, so Arthur has to chase him down. We catch him and we take him back to the camp, where we get this amazing scene.
Huh. You found a little shit, did you?
Yep. I got him.
Very good. Welcome to your new home. Hope you're real happy here.
You want me to make him talk?
Oh, no, now all we'll get is lies. Uncle, Mr. Williamson, tie this maggot up someplace safe. We get him hungry first. I got a saying, my friend. We shoot fellas as need shooting, save fellas as need saving, and feed 'em as need feeding. We are gonna find out what you need. I can't believe it! An O'Driscoll in my camp!
No, I ain't an O'Driscoll, mister! I hate that fella!
Oh, whatever you say, son. Well done, Arthur.
I'm just sorry we missed out on Colm.
Oh, there's time enough for that. Now, I gotta figure out if we can hit that train.
Okay.
Overall, this is a really fun mission that sets up the O'Driscolls for further on in the game, and sets up this next mission where we rob the train.
It's been a bad few weeks, but Dutch being Dutch, he is busy making plans, and Dutch being Dutch, those plans involve robbery and dreams. Well, I thought you was reading him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend. You're still here, then?
I owe you.
Yeah. And you'll pay me. But for the moment, just rest.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but look at you.
I was always ugly, Dutch. It's just a scratch.
Don't lie still, son. Hello, Abigail.
Dutch,
Jackie.
the boy wanted to see you, John.
He's seen me now. Or what's left of me. What about you?
Guess I was hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your time. You'll see plenty of them.
You're a rotten man, John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it. Now, railway men. Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower just before the tunnel.
Ain't a problem. Why are we doing this? Weather's breaking. We could leave. I thought we was lying low.
Yeah, come on. What do you want from me, Hosea?
I just don't want any more folks to die, Dutch.
We're living, Hosea. We're living. Look at me. We're living. Even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the plan, which was to lie low, then head back out west. Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Levitcus Cornwall's no joke, Dutch.
Who is Levitcus Cornwall?
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him. Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a...
We see that Hosea really doesn't like Dutch's plan and warns us about Levitcus Cornwall, which we will see he will be a big part of the story later on. We reach the train tracks, but the explosives fail, so Arthur, Lenny, and Javi So Arthur and Lenny have to fight their way through the train to get to the engine room. After stopping the train, we kill the remaining guards and get to the locked carriage that has the railway bonds.
What are you boys planning on doing in there? Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you. I give you my word, but trust me, we will.
I work for Levitcus Cornwall.
Come on, boys.
We got our orders.
Okay. You asked for it.
We ain't
5,
opening this door.
4, 3, 2, 1. Seems our friends have gone deaf. Wake them up a little! Mr. Williamson, give Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith some dynamite. You two boys go blow that door open.
We blow up the carriage, take the railway bonds, and we let the guards go. Now Arthur heads back to camp, where they have packed all their stuff and are ready to move down the mountain back to civilization.
So, we getting out of this hellhole?
We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
Now, the rest of this mission is just us riding down the mountain and talking to Hosea until we reach Horseshoe Overlook.
Come on, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck. East of the Grizzlies and out of money. And a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother. But we are safe. We make a bit of money here. Then we move again. Head out around them. Be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers. It is time for everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice. Now be sensible out there.
Now, the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me. You two will be ready shortly. We put you over here.
I'm sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson, I've seen shit with more common sense than you. Do it properly.
And this is where the first chapter ends. Yes, it's slow and at times tedious, but it's very successful in setting the tone and increasing tensions, and getting us used to the characters. Here's the score of every single mission in the chapter out of 10, and the overall score of the chapter. Now, I personally love this chapter. I know I gave it a low score, but I really like it. However, some missions are very tedious, long, but it is a tutorial to the game, which has to introduce characters, teach you controls, all that stuff. So I see where people are coming from when they say this chapter is boring, but however, I don't see it like that. I see it as an introduction to a very beautiful game, which in the future I hope to cover all of Red Dead Redemption, but for this video it's over, only chapter 1. I will be covering chapter 2 in the future, but I think my next video is going to be a Dishonored retrospective, which I'm excited for. Thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.
This big old world sure got me running round.